day, good evening, good morning, or good night. Complete. Strangers. Ah! Ow, 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 ow. Phoenix Wright. Ow.
For those of you not in the loop, Phoenix Wright is a popular DS game based around a lawyer by the hilarious name of Phoenix Wright, who apparently lives in California and is American despite looking Japanese, acting Japanese, and living a very Japanese lifestyle. Now, Phoenix Wright is a new lawyer, completely unexperienced in the courtroom, and kind of doubts his own abilities. I've heard some people compare him to Daffy Duck, but I disagree.
See, Daffy Duck is more of like an asshole, whereas Phoenix Wright is much more like a wimp.
But in both cases, whether it's Duck or Wright, you still root for and love them.
What about all the other millions of characters inside of the Phoenix Wright universe? Well, I'll tell you as I go.
So we've got our first case, a woman killed by a blunt instrument. It's a skeleton? Or a series of tubes? Or, it's the thinker.
So, thought was the killer.
No, in fact, the real killer is this man, a dude in a suit with,
What are you?
So the next day opens with Phoenix Wright in the courtroom, about to take the case. However, before he's able to enter the courtroom, he's stopped by
Arrests and the chief.
So this is the chief, Miss Mia Fey, who isn't exactly Commissioner Gordon, but I think we can forgive her. So after talking to the chief, you then decide to enter the courtroom.
Going to the courtroom.
I'm gonna die, man!
Wait, we can't go to the courtroom yet because we have to talk to Larry.
So this overly hyper thing is Larry Butts. So Larry Butts is the guy accused of murdering the woman with the thinker skeleton series of tubes
thing.
Now that I'm
finally
in the courtroom, let's begin the case.
Oh yeah.
So the first thing that you need to know about courtrooms is that the judge will break away from the case to ask you if you know how to do your job. And even if you say yes, he will break away from the entire session to tell you how to do your job.
Because that's just how courtrooms work. We don't even trust our own lawyers. That is justice. America, even though this is in Japan.
Is the victim Miss Mia Fey, Cindy Stone, or Cinderblock?
It can't be Miss Mia Fey because she's the pair of melons sitting next to me. So it's either Cindy Stone or Cinderblock. Cindy Stone?
Incorrect. The victim's name was Cinderblock.
Damn it! Being a lawyer's hard.
So the case immediately starts with the prosecution attacking the defendant by calling him a moron and saying that he's an overly excited man.
Which is both baseless and very unfair to the defendant, who is obviously a calm and sane human being.
So the victim dumped you.
She didn't dump me. We were like Romeo and Juliet. What's it to you anyway? I want to die, man.
Alright! Oh, Larry, could you please just hold on a second while I staple your goddamn mouth shut?
Yeah, so Larry is no help, what a shock, but at least you still have Chief Boobs to save your ass. Basically, she's the tutorial after Judge Tutorial, and at least makes sense as a mentor.
And with all boob jokes aside, she is pretty cool.
So you mess around with Larry, trying to get him to shut up and make sense. You also learn that the victim was his girlfriend, and was kind of a bitch. You see, this little Cinderblock would seek out older men and use them to fund her life.
Larry! You poor confused little puppy.
I want to die, man.
I'm sure you do.
So you stop talking to Larry, mainly because the jury, the room, and basically the entire planet is able to realize that Larry is a bit too stupid to do any harm. So next up is the witness, who's So his name is Mr. Sawit, and besides the fact that he looks like he wants me to get out of his store,
I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell, I'm going to
he also claims he saw the murder. So now begins my favorite part, cross-examination. Cross-examination is when you hear the witness's story and try to pick it apart to find the truth. So let's begin Mr. Sawit's cross-examination. I saw the man leaving the apartment, and so I looked inside and I found a woman dead.
Don't you lie to me, you animal. How could you have possibly seen Larry leave or the inside of the apartment without any eyes? Lift your forehead, answer the question.
So Mr. Sawit says that he remembers the time of finding her was 1 o'clock exactly, but an autopsy report says that that cinder block died at 4 o'clock.
Why do you hate love, you vegetable rapist? That's right. I know.
Because as the Wright says, there was no body to be found at 1.
Oh, bam!
Yep, that's another thing about Phoenix Wright. He does one-liners.
And every single one of them makes me want to go bam!
Wait, I'm sorry. You say that you didn't see the time, actually. You heard it from the television, like on a tape program or something.
Well, I suppose that makes perfect sense, so I'm able to just leave it at that. Objection!
According to this record, there was a blackout between noon and 4.
So you couldn't have heard the television at all! Oh my god!
Did his satanic third eye possess his hair?
I'm not even joking anymore. How the hell am I supposed to sleep at night with the thought of
I will hump you in the mouth.
nah?
So Mr. Sawit changes his story again, saying that it was the murder weapon that told him the time.
Which, first of all, yeah, right. And that gun over there is the thing that keeps telling Sophisticate that bunnies are the key to flight. First, the rabbit. Then, Mars. Then we'll see who's the better Martian, Marvin. And then second of all, the murder weapon, this? A clock? You're actually trying to convince me that the murder weapon's a clock? It's a goddamn statue! That's the funniest thing I've heard in my life. Sophisticated, it's not the funniest goddamn thing you've ever heard in your life. That is the funniest thing that I've ever heard. Did you see him and he agreed? This is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
The murder weapon is a clock, though. You see, there's this button on the back of the statue's head. When you press it, it tells you the time.
That it does. You feel rather stupid now, don't you? Yes. However, I, fail to see how that's, any of your goddamn business. Where the hell is Psycho?
So Sawit wins this round. It is indeed a clock. Oh! Well, wonderful! I actually managed to win this one!
However,
Oh, god damn it all!
how the hell did you know that that statue was a clock unless you went into the apartment, you picked up the statue, and you murdered the cinder block in cold granite?
You see, I saw it. I didn't.
Getting angry, Sawits? The power of Satan not enough in this courtroom?
I heard.
Come on, I am Lucifer. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Ah! No! Oh my god, it's alive!
So now Sawit is right where you want him, struggling under the finger of justice.
A finger I'm familiar with. Ew.
So why don't you just call it quits, Sawit?
Objection!
Crap!
You don't have a shred of evidence to prove that the time was slow on that day.
Oh, are you saying that I wasn't planning for this moment? That I just ran in and started saying whatever the hell I wanted without actually knowing what it was that I was talking about? That I don't have basis evidence for all of my facts? Do you honestly think that I would do something that stupid?
My entire Doctor Who review.
Well, I say that the proof is in the clock.
So Phoenix takes the clock and presses the button to hear what the statue has to say. I think the time is 8:25. Or maybe it's 5:47. Or perhaps it's
1237? Or perhaps it's 121? Or maybe it's 685? Or maybe it's 2498? You see, it's funny because that doesn't actually exist. Oh, we have so much fun as a statue, don't we? Okay, so despite Fuckazoid, the game says that it's 8:25, which is 3 hours slow from the time in the game. Exactly the same as Sawit.
But how do you know if the clock was slow at the murder? You don't
Have any proof? I don't have any proof.
Is that,
That's right. It's a gun. Right, well, he's dead. Now,
This passport proves that Miss Cinderblock was off in Paris recently, which is 9 hours ahead, making it 3 hours slow over here.
But no,
so she must have not set the time back yet.
no, please, I'm just...
And so you heard the time 3 hours slow.
No, come on, if you just listen.
Then you murdered her with it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Mr. Sawit, you and your third eye murdered her in the face!
Please.
Mind crush!
Well, Phoenix, you managed to win your first case. Good job, you little lawyer. But disregarding Daffy Duck, other people learned from this little adventure. Larry decided to start dating actual people, but his plan didn't really go over well, and let's just say that he's going to be spending a lot of time in Barcelona. The chief learned to never be in my reviews because I don't give her a voice and basically ignore her the whole time. The judge learned the true meaning of Christmas, and Payne is still dead. Seriously, he's dead. I don't even care if he's in another game or episode or whatever, because as far as I'm concerned, he's dead. And finally, Mr. Sawit. After I crushed his mind with my fucking finger, he decided he didn't want to be in video games that only give him one tutorial episode. So he decided to settle his differences with Majora's Eye and become the Happy Mask Salesman.
So there you go, first Phoenix Wright case solved. And to clarify, I am going to be doing every single Phoenix Wright case until the game is beat. So, spoilers all just everywhere. They're everywhere. They're like in my drawers. And they won't come out. I can't get any clothes anymore because they're everywhere. However, these cases are going to be spread out over time. The next review isn't going to be Phoenix Wright. I like variety, you know? But for now, good day, complete strangers, and remember, I'm an expert.